what's going on, my fellow reef builders? I am Jake Adams coming back to you from the Reef Builder Studio with a very special video. I always say that videos are special, that is kind of my thing, but today we're gonna do a big unboxing of some brand new tank and stand from CADE. CADE is an up-and-coming glass aquarium brand and manufacturer that is probably the leading brand in Australia if you want to get a high-end, really well-engineered, thought-out reef tank. And before the studio was even created, one of the things I wanted to do was set up a pure Australian tank. I'm talking about using the Australian aquariums, the aquariums that are available to Australians, using the equipment that's available to Australians, and since Australians can't import much livestock, let alone corals, use all Australian corals. So this, after almost 2 years, is the beginning of that journey. Some tanks are called all-in-one, but once we finish unboxing the stand, the sump, the tank of this CADE aquarium, you will understand why CADE brings the all-in-one acronym to a whole new level. So, we've got a nice big crate here to unbox, so gotta pull out some tools and get it started. So we started with the stand, and in so many ways, what is underneath the aquarium of the all-in-one setup by CADE is what really makes it stand out. So from the outside, it pretty much looks very, very similar. You know, we've got these glass panel doors on the side here. But one thing that you won't see in any other setup, this is an old school trick from Oceanic. I haven't seen this in like 12 or 15 years, is these side doors. Okay, so we have these, I'm gonna call them suicide doors just because I want to. These side doors that give you complete access to everything here inside the tank. And if you wanna bring it back around, we were wondering what the space in here was for, and there you go. This is a built-in power control center. How many outlets is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16? 16 outlets. Well, if you guys know me, I'm a little bit more minimal in my equipment usage, but wow. You know, I've seen these before. Oh, they even have like little covers and everything. It's crazy. You see these tanks and these builds at the Reef Aquarium shows back when that was a thing, and it just takes a little more time to have it in your possession to really appreciate these little features, little covers for the switches. I'm sure we're going to revisit that. So what else do we have? I want to emphasize that this is an aluminum framed stand. So this is a metal stand. It's not very heavy, but it's going to be completely resistant to corrosion. Here you can see the power center where all the switches plug up to. What is another thing to point out? The surface right here. You know how a lot of the newer all-in-one aquariums include a mat that you can kind of lay down and awkwardly try to square up between the tank and the stand? This one's already glued on. It just fits these ridges perfectly right where the weight will be distributed. We have a little bit of open space right here, and I think that the usefulness of these gaps, I guess, is going to probably be self-apparent once we open up the aquarium. So over here we have the humid, moist sump area. We're going to have to prop that open. And over here, this is if you were setting this up in a warmer climate, this is where you would want to install your chiller, controller. All the dry stuff comes in here. And it does include a basic shelf. I think this is how that goes. So you have something else to kind of organize your stuff. Let's take a look at the sump here. So this is one of the first times I'm taking a really good look at it. I'm pretty sure the drain's going to come in here, overflow into the mesh filter sock. So you have your kind of your primary filtration go in here. So this is going to be your protein skimmer chamber. And one really, really well appreciated thing are these media baskets. And so it's got these media baskets right here. There's 3 of them. And it appears that it flows up from, it flows over, then down, then up this side, and then into the pump chamber. And I'm pretty sure this is an attachment for a gravity auto top off that is built in. And I think if memory serves me right, there's a reservoir actually built into the tank itself. So, taking a look around, didn't really miss anything. We've got lots of little holes here for access for the cables and the wires. Oh, here's a couple of holes. We were wondering what that's for. That's going to be for your dosing lines, I'm pretty sure. So the dosing lines kind of come over here. Other than that, I think we've covered everything about the stand, the CADE stand that we want to so far. So now it's time to unbox the tank. Let's get it open and see what we discover. So we just got the brand new CADE Pro S2 900 out of this crate. The 900 stands for 900 millimeters, so that's 90 centimeters, so roughly about 3 feet. One of the first things that really is an awesome accessory to have is the included metal framed screen mesh top. I think that in this day and age, all modern all-in-one aquariums should have that included. Now in this lighting, it's incredible to see just how clear this glass is. There's lots of different grades of high clarity glass, but it's clear that CADE is using some of the highest quality glass possible. Now if we take a walk around, you'll notice that there's a kind of a thick, almost all-in-one AIO style section back here. This is not the filtration. This is the chamber for the return. This is the chamber for the built-in auto top off. And this right here is the returns or the drain section. So on the over here, here, there's a water level indicator, so you can keep a visual eye on how much is left in your gravity fed auto top off. So it's so much more reliable, much more quiet, and a lot fewer things to keep track of. And over here, there's another indicator, because I'm pretty sure that there's a gate valve or a diaphragm valve, so you can have the continuous siphon overflow to make this as silent as possible. We've got a surface strainer here at the top and a subsurface intake right here, also for the drain. So this is gonna be a really fun, exciting reef tank build. You know, before I even had the Reef Builder Studio, I thought how cool it would be to build a reef tank from the ground up, representing all of the finest equipment that we would find in Australian reef aquarium stores, including Australian corals. So we've got lights from Illumagic, protein skimmer from Dalu Australia, controller and dosing pump from eCoral, and probably a couple other tips and tricks to this tank that we're not going to be able to discover until we actually build it. So this is pretty much just kind of the superficial unboxing, where we're taking a look at all the fun features, really enjoying the dimensions of this tank. I should note that this tank is currently resting on some, a dolly, some roller skates, so it's about 3 to 4 inches higher than it would normally be. But if you have any more questions or want to learn more about the CADE line of aquariums, go to cadeaustralia.com.au. Link will be in the description down below. We want to thank CADE Australia for providing the foundation of our Australian reef tank build, and Algae Barn, which is shaping out to be the North American distributor of this very exciting series of reef tanks. And CADE also has some aquariums that are a little bit more specialized, all-in-one for planted tanks and for some other applications. So thank you so much for joining us on the beginning of this Australian reef tank build series. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next installments of this aquarium, where we plumb everything up, start installing some light, programming the controller, setting up the doser, and everything associated with that. So any questions or comments, go ahead and put those down below. Thank you for tuning into this video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.